Hi, I'm Brooke.
Hi, my name is Gonzalo Vasquez, and I'm going to be doing an informative speech on discrimination. What would you do if your daughter asked you why she couldn't play on the men's sports team? Would you tell her because men are stronger, faster, stronger? Or you can have a legitimate reason why she can't be on this men's sports team. I've done my research to find out the effects of discrimination on the human mind in their daily life, in sports, in the workspace, and on their mental health. Next is workspace discrimination. Gender discrimination and ethnicity discrimination is a major problem in the workspace. Written in the American Psychology Association, 1 in 3 Asian men were denied a promotion because of their Asian ethnicity and were treated unfair in not being able to move up in their company. The way people are trained also is a problem because people who are going to be trained that are men or females get trained differently. For example, in a restaurant, there's men workers that are mainly in the kitchen, and there's female workers that are mainly servers. Servers get trained differently than men kitchen workers do, and they get trained differently as servers. And this can cause problems because kitchen workers could be getting paid more than female workers, and men and kitchen workers could also be getting higher promotions and more leadership positions than a server would be getting. Discrimination in sports. There's a lot of racism and bias on gender or discrimination in the sports. So a lot of high school students that are going to the collegiate level being racially profiled and ridiculed by their colleagues and not getting the support that they needed to be able to be in a safe environment. Pro sports as well has many problems with discrimination. A lot of the society doesn't like certain African Americans or certain Latino sports members, and they voice their opinions very strongly, which does a toll on pro athletes. Some include Tiger Woods, Donald Sterling, and Ernie Davis. On the collegiate level, the gender discrimination also includes that, for example, the WNBA and the NBA are both doing the same exact entertainment and do the same exact job, but are getting paid differently. So the WNBA will be getting paid a lot less. There's going to be a lot less support, a lot less TV time, etc. for the WNBA, even though the NBA itself does the same thing that the WNBA does, but male and female get treated differently and get paid less, or get paid more or less because of their gender. At the collegiate level, there's a lot of colleges that put all support into male programs because male programs get the televised time, make more money for the school, and compared to female programs that won't be doing that as much because society doesn't let them or doesn't show or progress their involvement in actual sports. Next is the mental issues that causes by the discrimination and the effects on the mind. Black athletes who were raised in a low-income family reported that once they get to the college level, they have a hard time transitioning into it, and they face large amounts of stress from not fitting in and receiving local threats. Right, and after a while, the mind affects the mind, and the stress would begin to get to them, which is following that they become clinically depressed and grow in anxiety. And people dealing with these unfair treatments are continuing to grow in depression and anxiety, not getting the fair treatment that they do, and it's growing from kids to growing up to adults. In conclusion, 69% of people that have a problem or an incident or an experience with depression have lived with clinical depression and anxiety, according to the American Psychology Association website. Gender discrimination in society, causing problems in the workspace, causing problems in our society because of sports, and anything that society is showing that men are superior to women in sports, in the workplace, and getting paid more, is causing more of a problem on a national level. Discrimination is indeed a growing problem and still being shown in old and new culture, whether it be the parents showing discrimination when picking up kids up from school or when showing them at soccer practice, at football practice. It still shows, and the kids grow up and learning that, and it becomes part of their life. this problem needs to be handled, and these people need to be able to live in society without the fear of discrimination and without self-esteem.